Hi foodies, and welcome to my channel. I know you're probably thinking, well, welcome back to your own channel, lady. Where have you been? Life has been interesting, to say the least. Lots of different changes that have occurred. So I am now back on my own, single, and moved to another apartment where I actually, once again, have a tiny ass kitchen. Two, because there's somebody else on YouTube that has one. Anyway, this is my new wedding ring. And yeah, I am in fact the world's best ex-girlfriend, in case you didn't know that. And I'm back in my villainous era. This is what AI says you'll look like as a single, empowered woman that's going to do fabulous in life. But anyway, I'm going to make something he hated. He hates cooked mushrooms. Absolutely can't stand them. He'll put raw on a salad. Now, I'm with him on this. I could never. My mother used to get canned mushroom, Today we're making ratatouille. Is it from the actual movie? No, because that looks like this. This is beautiful. This is a work of art. This is chef's kiss for sure. This is complete Insta worthy. But this is my little amateur YouTube channel. This is not the Food Network. I mean, it is in fact lovely, but okay, this is more realistic. Although this looks more like a salsa. So, I just really
ain't nobody got time for that.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna keep it simplified. We're gonna do a deconstructed ratatouille, and it's gonna be a little bit different. So we're gonna start with some shrimp. Shrimp ratatouille. About a pound of shrimp, yellow sweet onion. I didn't have it. I have white onion, garlic, some fresh parsley. We're going to use tomato sauce. A little 8-ounce can is fine as well. Zucchini and yellow squash. He's not a big fan. Doesn't really like those veggies. Again, with the shrooms, he's not about this kind of shrooming. So we're throwing them in. I got a little diced tomato I'm using up. That's optional. You don't have to add that. Got some crushed tomatoes and bell pepper, whatever you have on hand. Some garlic salt, basil. Let's get into this. So I'm going to use some olive oil in a pan. Normally, you don't want to use olive oil. I've talked about this before. It's got a low smoke point, so it's not good for high heat. Olive oil really is an oil that should be used raw, I guess, like not cooked. But for this recipe, it's fine. So I did not do this effect on purpose. I have an iPhone now, and trust me, I'm hating every minute of it, trying to convert MOV to MP4. I miss using my Android. I'm going to probably go back to it because this is not something I anticipated or understand how it happened, but we're in slow-mo right now. You're going to want to add your onion. Hold off on adding the garlic, though. We're not adding the garlic yet. I've said this before as well. If you put the garlic in too soon and it browns in the oil, the whole dish gets ruined because the garlic gets really bitter. So we're just going to saute the veggies. We're not stir frying them. That means that the heat is not up on super high. We're not constantly stirring. We're just going to let this kind of, just saute, simmer. We're going to add the mushrooms now, and they're going to get cooked. We got cooked mushroom. This is all the vegetables that he's not really into, including the shrimp. He's not a big shrimp guy. So this whole dish, So at this point, though, if your shrimp is raw, meaning it's, you bought it uncooked, you're going to add it at this point when your veggies are nice and soft. And then you're going to throw your shrimp in, cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's pink. And then add your garlic, because now your garlic is not going to burn and it's going to impart a lovely garlicky flavor. So I just bought my shrimp cooked because it was on sale this time of year. Those shrimp rings, those cocktail rings are always on sale. So I got a really good deal on 2 of them. So we're just going to keep now we're going to add our spices. This is I'm using garlic salt. You can use garlic powder and salt if you don't have the garlic salt, but this is kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone here. You can also use an Italian herb blend. This dish is actually French. And I omitted using thyme, which is what I think converts it from Italian to French, is that traditional ratatouille uses thyme as an additional spice. I omitted it, and I'm making this like Italian style. Obviously, if you use Italian herbs, you're going to also get oregano in there, and it'll completely change it to straight up Italian. I can also make this very Mexican, and I'm going to do that for you guys in the near future. So this dish is pretty versatile, however you pronounce that, in terms of like the flavor profiles that you can customize it. Look at this salt baying going on here. Like I just don't understand this phone. But that's what makes my channel separated from every other, is that it's just completely amateur. So here we go. I'm imparting more spice. And it looks kind of cool though. Like I didn't choose this effect, but anyway, now I'm liberal amounts of pepper. I love black pepper. So you're gonna add all your spices, obviously, and this dish is very healthy. It's very low carb if you don't use rice. I'm serving it over rice because I happen to have some left over. You can serve it over pasta, quinoa, riced cauliflower if you're doing low carb, or you can just serve it up in a bowl and put it over some French or Italian bread. You know what? Do French bread, and then it's kind of like a fusion, an Italian-French kind of a thing. Any way you want to eat it, it doesn't matter. You can also substitute the shrimp for chicken or tofu, whatever protein you're into. The traditional ratatouille, or is it ratouille? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm making for you guys, sorry. I think the original calls for eggplant as well. So you could also throw in some eggplant. So now I'm just adding my tomato sauce and my crushed tomatoes. I had a big can of crushed tomatoes. It only calls for 15 ounces. As usual, I will put the recipe in the description box below. So I froze the rest of the crushed tomatoes to use for something else later. And now I'm just adding my shrimp because my shrimp's already cooked. It just needs to be warmed up. We're gonna let this simmer and cook for about 10 minutes, adding my fresh parsley. Again, if you don't have fresh, go ahead and use dried. And remember, when you're using dry herbs, to kind of crush them in your hands first, because it releases the oils and makes the spices more pungent and flavorful. I have a makeshift lid here. This pan did not come with a lid, so this is actually a splash guard, but you know, whatever, it gets the job done. We're just gonna let this simmer and cook till the shrimp's heated through, and voila, here is the final result. It is delicious, nutritious. I feel healthier just even eating it. It doesn't have to be a summer meal, even though it's traditionally considered a summer stew. Throw in some cheese up on there, and yes, it's amazing. And I'm gonna leave you with a little household tip. I'm gonna start that on my food series. Fresh eucalyptus hanging in your shower. The heat from the shower and the steam releases an amazing stress-relieving smell. It's inexpensive. It's trendy on TikTok. Try it though. Again, thank you guys so much for following and watching. Please, whatever support you'd like to give is greatly appreciated, and welcome again to all my new subscribers. You guys are the best.